So hi, this is my first recording of my sketchbook ever. This is my second sketchbook that I filled completely, while I do have some weird pages here and there. I finished this one. This is 60 sheets in 7 months. I started this when I came back to Germany, and yeah, and now I will just share what I did with this. So I got my Aquafine travel set, and it's just a little testing. It's always the first page that worries me the most, so I just thought, like, come on, let's do a scribbly little page and be done with it. And I started out strong. This is literally the neighbor's cat, like right across where I live. And it was nice to just get busy with bricks. And it was nice practice for watercolors as well, how they layer and all. As you see, I failed horribly to draw a rose that I found, and yeah, it really doesn't look good. I don't even remember what kind of pens I had here. There's this jar, and this just looks wrong on so many levels. Those eyes, God, don't get me started. But this is a sketchbook. I just do as I please, just to get loose, you know? Ooh, yes, this one was really fun. This is Boss from our story. I think this was a post by Null Entity Stock. I will put the stock image somewhere here. I will most definitely credit them, and it's nice to, you know, try different poses and all. The blast splatter looks really cool. I really have to utilize that kind of splattering more, something more sultry. I don't remember where I saw that. It's probably from Pinterest, as usual. Trouble with feet and boobs. Boobs are always a problem. Her face really looks off, and I have no idea what I did with this. Well, whatever. I found gel pens and just tested them out. Nothing special. Ah yes, I try to sketch like every day. At least try to do it more often. And this one was again from one of my favorite stock photo people. Again, gonna link her. Amazing, and I really love how her butt looked like. I'm not gonna deny the human body is really, really cool. And this is just a reminder, when you're tired, just don't do it. Looks off on so many places, and it really didn't do her justice. But again, this is the reason why we have a sketchbook. Oh, this is from a session where I was outside, and this is like kind of what is a good? Yeah, I'm stumped with the English word for that. I was sitting in the field and was just trying to capture the mood or the environment. I don't know how successful I was, but it was really fun. Just sitting there and trying to capture the place. While sitting there, I was really not comfortable with doing the environment stuff, so I did this one. And it looks more muted than normal. It was nice practice to work with the water I had. I had really little water, so it turned out really well. I didn't have any fine liners, so I finished it up at home and I shared it, and I really like the mood of this. I found pencils in the trash, and I still wanted to try them out somehow, so this is just a teenager kind of person sitting there. Yeah, I didn't test them all, but, well, you see, it was working, so yeah. I was really trying to improve my watercolor work, so I did a little portrait, and I really tried to incorporate the blue into the skin color, and I really like how that melted together. I mean, I didn't have any other materials, so it was watercolors and some fine liners. I like how he looks. Oh, same day, I was studying a bit of male anatomy, and especially drawing people from the back. Boy, I have my problems, but I really like how this one turned out. Male anatomy. Yeah, this is pretty practically hiding behind clothes, but still, how they sit and how whatever is done, it really matters a lot. I slept on the color. These are just rests from a different project. I think I colored this way after I actually drew this. Well, either way, it looks good. Yeah, sometimes it just looks like shit. I remember that we talked with my husband about a situation after our story. You can most definitely read that in the comments below. I have some links there. That's one, and I'm not disclosing who these people are, but he just wanted me to sketch it out, and I hate drawing people without knowing what they are supposed to look like. That's why these look completely different than we first imagined. I really love the expression of the actual picture I based this off of, and I will have the picture here again. I really love the mood and it fit a certain character. Again, pushing myself to do some sketching. It looks okay. It's not too bad. It's not, I mean, look at those ankles. What ankles? They just look wrong. And that's exactly why we have a sketchbook. We just try and move on. And sometimes we get some nice pictures out of it. I had a picture on Pinterest, I think, as a base, and I had these lovely two people here. And I almost forgot his bracelet. I really like how it turned out. Again, greenery and stuff, and I'd really try to get a background in there as well. I really have trouble with backgrounds. And this one was literally just trying to get the contrast and silhouette of a different photo or something like that. That dress wasn't planned in any way, shape or form in a really good way. I just wanted to have like dark circle with focused person in the middle. And it turned out better than I thought, to be honest. A little sketch, my husband wanted Bohan arguing with the boss, and he just loved it. I mean, it's just a random sketch. I don't know why he likes it so much. And I didn't even finish it up, like, properly, but hey. These are just some notes for a commission. I really suck at monsters, this character of his. And I even have some references here and there. We discussed plenty of different references, and these are just my own notes in a way, what I had in mind at that moment. Well, he hasn't ordered yet, but whatever. No hurries in that. And I just tested out some acrylic paints I got. Didn't really paint anything with it, but you know. Oh yeah, I didn't want to waste any paper, so I used the next page in a spread. So we got these lovelies, Sia and Mohan. Someone who's really not like, really don't like showing the vulnerabilities, being vulnerable with somebody else. Like, I don't like the feet. It's nothing new. I don't know where I got the reference for that, but I just did it at the office, to be honest. It was 10 minutes before finishing work, and I literally just had a pen and scribbled it on. It's the first time that I got her horns right. Like, imagining what is one thing and putting something down to paper is a completely different thing. I shared this on Twitter, etc. as well. Again, amazing stock people. That's how I worked off. Yeah, this is not even finished. I really like the pose of the hand. I really wanted to practice that, how it works together with the whole page, but the hands really mattered the most. That's why that looks complete and the rest does not. Speaking of hands, this is not how you do them. But it was, I don't know, again, probably just browsing Pinterest and I saw something and I like the dynamic between those people. It's kind of a love triangle going on. Not even a real love triangle, but you can consider that. I was trying to do something, but yeah. How not to draw men. I know Char is constantly in my sketches, maybe not even here, but in general. I tried to capture a mood from a different picture and it didn't really work out well. That's why most of them are incomplete. Speaking of Char and him constantly being here, I tried to draw him when he is a bit older. Yeah, I was at a first aid course. Oh god. I just drew this on my break. That's why I like to work on small paper. I can just toss this into my backpack. Another thing, another commission. Again, notes. We were talking about the dynamic between the two after he told me what he more or less had in mind and what kind of relationship these two had. I just had like these 3 different layouts and I can show you the finished picture. Yeah, so this became that. I like to take notes and stuff, like it helps to go back. Testing new pencils. Yeah, it looks really off, but the pencils were not bad. That's that. Random washi tape. Why I didn't fill the paper anymore, you ask me. I just probably skipped it by accident. No, not even. See? I tried to use at least the other side. Bohan and Luke Jr. Again, my husband wanted something. I just randomly scribbled it on. It was not even real effort, but yeah. Other ideas. I like scribbling them just down to get them out of my mind. This one I did do with a bit different pose. Fascinated by willows at that time, so here's the finished picture. It is indeed different. More naked, but yeah, whatever. So this one is still on, the reference picture is still on my PC. I didn't get around doing that yet. We have Stocktober. I tried to fill that up as good as possible. Stocktober, I will just go through it. Stocktober is done by Null Entity Stock. He does that for a couple of years now, and it's really helpful to practice working with different angles. Like, I would normally never would have done that, especially bike. Me and drawing mechanical stuff, that's a really, really bad idea. Again, Stocktober. I wasn't able to finish it this year, so it's a bit frustrating, because I usually really aim to finish it. Every year it's really rewarding because you feel the improvement. Do I have any favorites among these? I don't know. I really like this. I was in the office and again I just have my red pencil. You see like this basic sketch I did and then highlighters. That's it. I really want to tell all these stories, and again, some turned out better than the other. This is literally me. I had a really good headphone. It broke, always at the weakest point. This one was really weird. Upside down, it's complicated. I mean, on this side it looks really bad. Always flip your canvas, people. On this side it looks meh. I really was pushing to use every page. I didn't want to waste anything. The chest area looks really weird. Everything looks weird on this, but okay. Oh, I finished this one on a train. I was really not working on each day. That's the frustrating thing. I really wanted to work each day, just a tiny bit, but shit doesn't work out the way you want. Alina and Charlie, oh god, this is the story after the story after the story, but it was fun experimenting with with the characters. I really like the vibe of this one. Like I said, that's the really beautiful thing of Stocktober. It really pushes you to do things that you would normally not Stocktober, but well, we're working on the prequel kind of stories, and he just wanted me to have the two characters we were talking about acting out a scene kind of way. Shoulders are always very interesting and everybody's anatomy is different. I am not really good at fan art, but I don't know if I have to explain this picture. It coincided with my Stocktober. Owl House, it hurts. It just hurts. That episode hurt. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but just watch it if you haven't. Continuing with October. Horse riding, like, this is why I like to do sketching first. I just went in without thinking or planning out much, and it just looks off. Yes, more Stocktober. I really like some hands. I'm really, like, the more I focus on something, the better I think I get, and I can only advise you to do that. Knitting. Right about this time, you see that I'm not putting as much effort in it. It was extremely busy around that time. I mean, look, haven't even finished it. Like, look at this stick. She's not complete, and it looks just off all over the place, but sometimes that's just what happens. Oh, I got new shiny watercolors, so I tested that on the back side. I've used them here and there. It's a completely different story my husband is working on. John and Kathy, just how I imagine them. I really suck at drawing old men. I really have to work on that. I don't know if I'm spoiling anything, but I don't know. He's still working on it, so I'm not really thinking about it. Pin-up ideas. My husband requested it. Of course he did. I was thinking what kind of things I could do, and I couldn't even come up with the third one, but I need to work on it. Just scribbling down an idea. I even found plenty of references for what I want to do, so I have decided on a layout. This spot on the side. This person on Insta was the person who sparked this idea, kind of. That's the beauty of inspiration. I want to take it in a different direction, and of course I'm doing chart again. Very bloody, very dark image. Again, it's more of an idea. We were talking about it, facing death, etc. It's an illustration idea. I usually don't use colors, but I really wanted to have that kind of gradient from black to red, and I'm probably doing it in 4 different parts, but descending order. Like, she's pretty tall anyways. They're both more or less the same size, but everybody has a loss and it just flows downward. I am not quite sure how to do that yet. I don't know why I was so focused on death, but it just happened to be. I'm not telling who's who, but I used some references for the posing of the 2 people and added the kid in front. Ah yes, this one I did for Secret Santa this year, and I really just wanted to work it directly here, but my masking tape had other plans and completely ruined this. I was really happy how this turned out. I just took a photo, enlarged it, and worked then on A4. This is A5, so working bigger I could work in more detail or work more refined. I was just trying to force myself to use the sketchbook more, and Looks meh is still my opinion. It just looks off. When it looks off, I usually stop doing it. Oh yeah, I was waiting at the airport and I was like way too early. Like literally they didn't open up the check-ins. So I was just trying to kill some time. Again, practicing hands. I really like the head crown stuff. I don't know how to call those crowns that they have, the really intricate ones. I again say Pinterest because ideas. I don't know. One day I really want to do an illustration where those head pieces are front and focus. One of them ideas. See, I remember right. Sketching at the airport. Düsseldorf. Killing time. Boss and Shah. Yeah, the proportions are all over the place. She's a huge woman and he's not that huge of a man. In idea. But you see the differences. I was not really using it anymore. And this was literally just noting down a person who utterly failed at doing her job. Oh god, yes, I wanted to do a raffle for quite some time because I have plenty of followers on DeviantArt and I'd always wanted to do a raffle for free art, but I just couldn't get around it, so I wanted to make an announcement picture. This is one of the ideas. This one is another, and just some notes. I still don't know if I will get around doing that anytime soon because I'm extremely busy. Which brings us to almost the last page. Almost. I was listening to a song. I don't remember its name anymore. I will just write it somewhere. Just how I felt like Isar standing on the hill next to some graves. The city is down below. A place I used to know is all I'm saying. And which brings us to the last image. I know it's really underwhelming, but sometimes I just wanted to draw a really basic thing, and I didn't have my alcohol markers for a very long time, so I just busted them out and tried to do a bit of something. This paper is not very good for markers. Those were my first 7 months of being in Germany. So this one's filled. The next one will come soon. I hope you like this and see you next time.